I found a toy chest in my attic. Inside was a name I'd forgotten. My parents moved out of my childhood home a few months ago. In a generous gesture, they let me buy it from them. It's an old place. Outdated fixtures, old plumbing, wiring in parts of the ceiling, but it was familiar. I felt comfortable. They didn't leave me much. A couple of old wingback chairs, some pots and pans in the kitchen. That's why when I found the wooden toy chest in the attic, I didn't think much of it. Then I saw the shoebox. It was at the bottom of the chest, with a name scribbled across the top in childish handwriting. Benny. The name hit something at the back of my brain. Familiar, but not quite present. I opened the box and spread the contents out across the attic floor. First, there was an index card. The rules. 1. Don't tell Mom and Dad. 2. He doesn't like the closet. 3. Always come back after hide and seek. Strange. It felt like I should have known what it meant. Like something I only half remembered. There were also crayon drawings. Stick figures of me and another boy. One with a round head and a big smile. But I don't remember having any friends named Benny. Not in school. Not ever. I didn't think much more of it at the time, and I put everything back. But then the house started to change. At first it was just sounds. Not occasional creaks and groans either. I heard the patter of footsteps in the hallway. Wheels rolling across the attic floor. Once, I swear, I heard a wind-up chime, like some old toy. I told myself it was nothing. But sometimes I'd get up and check around the house, just to be sure. But I never found anything. Then came the shadows. Shadows that didn't belong to me or anyone else. Things I'd catch in my peripheral vision. Just a flicker. Like someone was creeping around. Someone watching. It got worse over the next few weeks. Eventually, for my own sanity, I started talking to whatever the hell it was. At first, I tried to keep it light. Even funny. Yeah, real cute. I know you're messing with me. I knew it was probably just my imagination, but deep down, something felt off. Then it got worse. I'd be making dinner and hear it. A giggle. A kid's giggle. Close enough that I could sense it nearby. That's when I snapped. Okay, you little motherfucker, I've had enough. I probably needed help. But I wasn't crazy. I wasn't seeing things. I knew something was wrong. I needed something I knew. Something normal to me. So I called my mom. Mom, how's the new place? Great. Your dad and I are happy. Couldn't ask for nicer neighbors. How's the old house? It's something. What do you mean, sweetie? Is it not what you thought? I don't know, Ma. Strange things are happening. Oh, well, once in a while you'd hear the occasional rumble here and there. Mom, who in the hell was Benny? There was a pause, then a nervous laugh. Benny? Sweetie, don't you remember your own imaginary friend? My stomach sunk. Of course. It all made perfect sense now. Benny was the friend I'd never really had, but I made real. And the worst part? I forgot him. Yeah, I remember now, Mom. Just a passing thought. Love you, gotta go. I ended the call and sank into my armchair, heart racing. Benny. How did I forget? Then I heard it. A terrible crash upstairs. I ran up the steps and threw open the attic door. It was freezing. I could see my own breath. I walked inside, looked around. Looking around. That's when I saw it. The Scrabble box had fallen to the floor. But the noise I heard, it was loud. Too loud. There was no way it could have just been that. Then I looked down. The tiles were arranged on the floor neatly. You promised. My throat closed. I wasn't alone. Benny? The jack of the box started winding. Where the hell was it? I never owned one. I hated those things as a kid. Then I heard it. A whisper. Barely audible. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. I couldn't move. My legs were jello. Then it hit me. Hide and seek. That was our game all those years ago. I'd never come back. I had broken the third rule. Always come back after hide and seek. Benny, if that's you, I'm sorry, buddy. It's been a long time, I know. The floor gave out beneath me and I hit the ground hard. My vision was blurred. It took me a second to realize where I was. The closet. He put me in the closet. That's where I am now. Writing this, waiting. My leg's broken. I can't move. I've been here for hours. I didn't follow the rules. I never came back. And now? Now Benny's not letting me out. And that was I Found a Toy Chest in My Attic. Inside was a name I'd forgotten. By Tropical Rainforest. Awesome. Great name. Classic. Simple. So this story makes me think of a couple of different things, really. There's always the weird idea of, like, creepy kids games gone wrong, right? I think that's always a nice, weird storytelling element, in my opinion. It also makes me think, especially because there's rules to follow in this charade they have, if you will. The Benny has 3 rules, right? And that immediately makes me think of the Dear David Twitter story that I covered ages ago, where yet again there's rules to follow, rules were not followed, consequences ensue. And it's funny, except the difference is with Dear David, it was with a child who was dead, right? So like I guess an evil spirit fucking with Adam, which was quite interesting. It was certainly led to a really cool story in my opinion. Whereas in this one, it's an imaginary friend, which you would think, what could an imaginary friend do if you just piss them off? Like, they're not real. But it's different because this isn't the first time I've heard of a situation where a child has an imaginary friend, and it turns out that maybe they're not so imaginary. Maybe they are a real something, right? Whether it be a ghost, a vengeful spirit, entity, creature, whatever. Yeah, very much in that kind of a vein. So that's immediately what I'm thinking here, with the fact that Benny is maybe more than just imaginary. And it's so interesting because so even the parents know that, oh, this was your imaginary friend as a kid, blah blah blah. Nothing weird. They didn't think anything else about it, which is completely understandable in my opinion. Understandable. Of course, kids can have imaginary friends. They're gonna play silly games and shit like that. Kids are gonna be kids, man. That's normal. And so he's got the shoebox, from the years when he was a kid, and he played with Benny and everything, and he didn't end up following the rules, and that's what ended up in this weird situation. We really need to break down some certain things, though. So I like the fact that Benny is attached maybe to this house, or maybe just to the specific areas of the house or something like that. We're not entirely sure how he works. Because yet again, we don't know. We don't really get to see Benny. We don't really understand anything else about him besides the fact that it was a imaginary friend. Which, with a bit more descriptors, maybe we could kind of piece together a little bit more of what he is. But, we have to work with what we got. And I think what's really interesting, right, is around the end, the fact that, he finds a Jack-in-the-Box. I don't know what a Jack-in-the-Box. I hate those things. Why would that be here? So somehow Benny has brought something to this house, right? And it may just be some manifestation capabilities that he's got, or maybe he could teleport items. We don't know. Maybe he stole it. Maybe he can leave the house. Maybe he went and he's literally stole something. We don't exactly know. But either way, he got a hold of something that the main character does not like. Clearly as a means to begin the pranking and torturing of our OC, right? Or our MC. OC? I don't know. Protagonist, better word. So much so that he has this kind of power to be able to, I suppose lock him away as though he were a toy. Right? And also break his legs. Break his legs and lock him in a closet. It's pretty hardcore. I suppose it's one way to not lose your friend forever, taking on a real misery vibe there. A real misery vibe. Which is definitely not how that went. But, there was the breaking of limbs. So, that's the parallel there. Is Benny gonna kill him? I don't know. I feel like that would be the next evolution of his plan, right? Is that inevitably he's gonna kill this person, and that maybe they can play forever in the afterlife or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. That's what I would think if it is meant to be some kind of a vengeful child, like imaginary friend spirit thing. But I don't know. But I love that. I love the fact that I don't know. I love the fact that it's hard to kind of. I mean, there's a lot of potential and possibilities, right? And I think that's what makes this super cool. Besides the fact that it's creepy children stuff. I mean, that's just good in and of itself, isn't it? So, Tropical Rainforest, thank you. This story's great. And again, things that made me think of were actually the Dear David Twitter story. I'll pop a link, maybe a little info card somewhere up here. I think they appear. Little links if you wanna check that out if you haven't already. Which is just a crazy story, crazy freaking good story. Haven't heard the movie was good. Don't know if the movie's any good. I heard that was really bad, which is pretty funny. I'll inevitably watch it. And maybe I'll even do a little review. That'd be quite fun. I'd enjoy doing that. Do you want to see me review the Dear David movie? I'll do it. You let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. What else did this make me think of? I suppose anything else that has like children horrific things in it, like twisted stuff like that, which could be a lot of horror movies. I think it really depends, isn't it? So I think Skinamarink. I haven't seen it. I know, shocker, right? I haven't seen Skinamarink. Sorry, my camera moves. I haven't seen Skinamarink, and that one's supposed to have like scary elements pertaining to children. So I guess there's that connection. I always see they've always got the image of like the toy phone thing. I remember that toy phone as a child growing up. I didn't ever have one, but I didn't have that one. I must have had other toys. I mean, obviously as a kid growing up, of course we had toys. I just don't remember all of them. I remember a wooden train set though. I do remember having a little wooden train set. They had like the magnets. I don't know if you guys remember any of those. I'll have to see if I can find a picture. I do remember that. And obviously like a PlayStation 1 and crap like that. Of course, Nintendo 64. God, yeah, some good times as a kid. We had all kinds of cool shit really growing up. Anything else that specifically makes me think of? It's tricky, isn't it? Because yet again, it could make you think of things like it, but I think the rules thing is what makes it a little bit more interesting. So in which case, it could potentially make me think of like Beetlejuice or anything else that has rules per se. Trapped in a Closet. I mean, there's plenty of jokes we can make about that, but that'd be inappropriate. We're not going to do that. Let me know what it made you think of down in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your feedback and your ideas and stuff. Did you enjoy the story? I know I did. This has been Nate at Night, and I will see you for whatever is next. Take care out there. Thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members who've been supporting this channel so far. This has been a fantastic effort. Thank you so much. I couldn't do any of this without your support. Really. I really can't. Thank you. You can also show support through a donation at coffee.com/nateatnight, or whenever I'm live streaming through super chats of YouTube or through Twitch. And whenever you donate, I'll be sure to read your messages out on stream.